I'm Aiden Helms.
And I'm Aiden Davis. And welcome back to Tribal Studios.
Delaney Stevens and Veda Stacy check in with the boys basketball team.
The Willard boys basketball team starts their season with an overall win in the Willard Basketball Classic tournament.
We started out really strong, 8-1, and then we've played 3 really quality opponents, and we haven't scored the ball nearly as well as we did early in the season. So as a coach, you kind of reflect and say, am I putting our guys in the best chance to be successful, or is there something that we need to revamp? So rather than be stubborn, we've tried to give them some new opportunities, and it'll take a while to grow and be comfortable with, but it's been kind of exciting. I think they've kind of gravitated to it, so everybody feels good about it.
Yeah, this is my favorite year by far. It's given me the biggest opportunity as a leader and as a player. We've been very successful this year, so this is far and away my favorite year.
This year, if you look at us compared to a team like Rogersville that we played, which we lost by 17 or whatever, but we've played together for so long that it didn't really matter. We always we knew what we were gonna do. We fought through it. Everything team chemistry is super, super important.
I think a lot of that, you can kind of orchestrate as a coach, but then it really does come down to, the players. Are they willing to challenge each other? Are they willing to, compete in practice? You have the ability to kind of orchestrate that, but then it really does come down to the individual players.
You can't play 1-on-5. It has to be 5-on-5 in games. And I think in practices, team chemistry comes from pushing each other. If you're not pushing each other, you're not getting better. And so I think everybody has to know that, we all love each other on the court and off the court, but we got to push each other, and that's the only way we're going to get better.
Being such a team-oriented sport, working through conflict is no new challenge for the team.
Coaches, I think, get far too much credit when things are going well, and probably far too much blame when things aren't going well. So much of it comes down to, in our sport, boys basketball, the type of young men that you have. And right now, we just have really good kids, and a lot of that is due, to their character and how they treat each other. And if you can get a group of guys that are not selfish, again, if they're okay to be coached, if they want to improve and get better, if they want that kind of feedback, if they are secure enough, to take that feedback and not take it as a, like a personal insult, then you can be really good, and so a lot of that really does come from the type of individuals you're able to coach.
I'm Delaney Stevens.
And I'm Veda Stacy.
And this has been Tribal Studios.
Next up, Tyler Landon and Chance Vilsaint have a chat with the Ag program.
Ag on the Move is a 3rd grade Tiger Tales program that impacts leaders.
Ag on the Move has impacts on youth from teaching them the basics of agriculture and the agriculture industries.
Ms. Kimmons illustrates the origins of Ag on the Move.
So the initiative really started in 2011. The program got in full force at 2015. We've had some members do Ag on the Move here at Willard in the past years, but I've been working with members on it for the past 2 years.
Gavin Chrysler informs us on how Ag on the Move impacts youth.
Ag on the Move is impacted by, you get to see all the kids and you get to just see their face when you tell them all the interesting information that we teach.
Ag on the Move hopes to impact Tiger Tail students and drive ag education into the community.
I think Ag on the Move is really good about helping people by giving them insight on how agriculture impacts us on our daily lives, whether it be the food we eat, the diesel or the fuel that we put in our vehicles, or even the clothes we wear and the buildings that we stand in.
There are 10 lessons total. We actually have a couple extra lessons that we've added because we've had some students write some new lessons that goes along with it that elaborates a little bit more on some different animal entities. But the 10 lessons range anywhere from animal and plant science to careers and leadership to Missouri crops.
Ag on the Move has impacts on youth from teaching them the basics of agriculture and the agriculture industries. On me, I think it gave me a broader spectrum and what agriculture looks like in areas that I personally am unfamiliar with. So for me, that was the dairy industry.
This is Tyler Lannon.
And this is Chanceville Saint.
Signing off for
Tribal
Studios.
Willard High School's Sean Finley just finished his last match of his high school career.
Garen Roseborough tells us more.
In wrestling, strength is often measured by wins and losses, but at Willard High School, one athlete is redefining what strength really means.
I thought Sean was a really likable kid. I had him in class, and that's kind of how I first met him. I've known their family for a number of years. His brother Michael coached for me and was running a local club and helping out with the youth stuff, so I've known him for a number of years, but it was a very likable, fun kid.
Every time I see him, he puts a smile on my face, and the kids just love to interact with him, and he loves to interact with them, and it just makes my day every day.
It's changed quite a bit because Sean's become more and more, and we love having him in there. He's a fun guy to be around, and really after being with him after a couple practices, like he loves to be there, and it's just a great thing we're doing for him. I feel like, and great thing Coach Davis is doing for him.
He's a sweetie. Like, he's so sweet. Sometimes when Davis is in a really bad mood, Sean will just laugh, and then Davis gets like out of a funk and he gets happy. So it's good during sprints.
Well, I've learned how to communicate a little differently sometimes. Sean's nonverbal, so he does a little bit of sign language and points a lot and stuff like that, so I get a pretty good idea on that. Real independent guy and stuff, so but that's probably my main one, to communicate, and again, patience. Being patient.
Head wrestling coach Jeff Davis reflects on Sean's time in wrestling.
I think, I don't know what it would look like without Sean there. I think it would not be as much a fun environment, Sean loves wrestling. That's kind of how I got him out in the first place. He had texted me, and he's a huge John Cena fan. I'm pretty confident John Cena actually stole his name from Sean, being Sean Cena, but he loves wrestling. He comes over to the house every once in a while. We play some WWE down in the basement. He always wins, as usual, so that's always fun too.
Do you like wrestling? Are you the best wrestler in Willard? Yeah?
Sean's infectious personality has left a lasting impression on both students and coaches.
He always brings joy to the room, so I feel like, sometimes it's a hard practice and you're struggling with, keeping motivated, but, Sean's there doing stuff with you, so it's a great reminder.
I feel like Sean motivates a lot of us to want more in the sport and to do better.
He tries to make me be as happy as he is every day. Like I said, it's hard to have a bad day around Sean, and you want to try to match his level of positivity. Just take life as it comes. Like there is nothing that's going to happen here at school day that's going to make my day bad. Just put a smile on my face, and what would Sean do in this situation? He's probably going to smile and give you a thumbs up and just keep on going.
Sean's impact continues to reach far beyond the mat. From Tribal Studios, I'm Garen Roseborough.
As of December 1st, 2025, sports betting has officially been legalized in the state of Missouri.
I think it gets probably a little more eyes on sports. I saw that the other night in the Chiefs game on Sunday night. I think they said there was something like 437,000 bets placed right around the stadium that night. So I think there's, hopefully there's some tax revenue that comes in on it.
Willard Psych and Soc teacher Mr. McGee explains how the legalization of sports betting can affect the economy.
You have to pay taxes based off of your winnings. So if you win money, you get profit, that money will go back to the state. So they'll tax that.
As previously stated, a tax of 10% is applied to the revenue for sports betting. These proceeds first go toward reimbursement for expenses from the management of sports betting. Following this, 10% of the tax revenue goes towards the Missouri Department of Health for the awareness of compulsive gambling. After this, any leftover money is given to the Missouri Department of Education. Willard High School teachers Mr. Scott and Mr. McKee discuss some of the rising concerns the legalization of sports betting.
I'd say it's not the worst idea, especially if gambling is going to become a more part of society, an acceptable part of society. It is good to recognize that it's a behavior that could get out of control for some people.
And when we see tobacco and alcohol ads it makes that 16, 17, 18-year-old want to go ahead and get a jump start on that. And I think it's going to be the same with sports gambling. I think the ads make it all seem fun. They throw out these bonuses. Kids end up, we've already talked with kids here that are using some of their parents' accounts. So even though they're not 21, they're logging in. Their parents have kind of basically created an account to now sports gamble. So.
Yeah, I definitely think like certain schools should have like a presentation just to show you the effects of sports betting and like the pros and cons of it.
I'm Aiden Davis.
And I'm Will Swanson.
And this has been
Tribal Studios.
The 2026 Willard Archery season is well underway.
Aiden Davis fills us in.
This year, Coach Rippey continues Willard's longstanding tradition of archery.
Amy Franska started archery in Willard at the middle school. I believe it was somewhere around 2005 to 2008, somewhere in there. It didn't come to the high school till I believe 2010 or 11 when those middle schoolers moved up to high school, and they asked Miss Kimmons if she would be like the program sponsor, and that's when our high school program started.
Focus and precision are the key factors of archery.
Mental focus, calm and a clarity, taking all that energy that you feel ready to compete and then bottling it and focusing it into a stillness. That's kind of contradictory to many other sports. Like you have to be ready to run, jump, move faster, think faster, be quicker. And in archery, you still have to take all that same energy, but then create a stillness in yourself.
One of my strengths is I try to keep a positive mindset at all times, and I take one arrow at a time.
Willard High School senior Hadley Beeman and head coach Rippey explain what makes archery so special.
The aspect that I value most in archery is just that we have built such a community, and we're very knit together as a team. Like we're very, I don't know, it might be an individual sport, but you can't have that individualism if you don't have a team that builds you up.
In archery, anyone can participate, literally participate. We've seen students and athletes in wheelchairs, students and athletes who have hearing disabilities.
Shooting down the line, I'm Aiden Davis, and this has been Tribal Studios.
I'm Aiden Helms.
And I'm Aiden Davis, and this has been Tribal Studios.